The Hamilton Ticats are just finishing off their autograph session after their 28-23 win over the Montreal Alouettes in their first preseason game on Saturday. I'm here with the Spec Steve Milton. And Steve, the big story has to be Jeremiah Masoli.
Absolutely. A fabulous game by him. 3 touchdown passes, some great rushing, a great read, which we didn't recognize, not being quite the football guys that the coaches are, that Kent Austin talked about afterwards. A very good hot read. And that's what they're looking for. Plus, he threw one sidearm pass, a la Doug Flutie, to get around a guy coming in, which a guy his size, which is about 5'10", has to do. I was pretty impressed. You?
Yeah, absolutely, and I think it was compounded by the fact that Dan Lefevre seemed to struggle a little bit. His numbers weren't as strong, only 45 yards passing on 12 attempts and 2 interceptions. Obviously, the film sometimes tells a different story, but it certainly looked like Lefevre struggled more than Masoli did.
There's no doubt about that, but having talked to Dan a few minutes ago, I think one of the things we'll find is, or the film will find, is that he threw to where the receiver he thought was going to be. He threw it right to the defensive back. So that tells you that there was a miscommunication there. So I don't know that that was technical or a misread on his part, but a miscommunication. On the other one, he got clobbered as he threw it. But, you know, it doesn't really matter why you throw interceptions. When a guy throws three touchdown passes, it's going to be a real nice battle. And Dan said, to his credit, I expect Jeremiah to play a lot more on Thursday night against the Argos.
On defense, the Ticats' first unit looked good. I thought they got pressure up the middle, particularly from Brian Bulkey and Ted Laurent, and that led to some pressure and some turnovers. Overall, I think the defensive unit, especially the first-string guys, look solid. 2
things on that, Drew. That from my standpoint, anytime the ends, and Norwood was outstanding in a very short appearance out there, when you see that consistently, you know that the guys are just tying up the middle, and their job is to create garbage in the middle of those 2 guys, and you analyzed it perfectly. They did a great job, which made the ends look good, and that's the way this Canadian Football League is set out. I mean, the ends are the guys that make the plays. The guys in the middle, when you're doing it right, are the ones that create the plays. The second thing is, you got to temper all of this, because Troy Smith's not in there. First of all, the guy's got an arm like a rocket, and he gets rid of the ball very, very quickly, and I expect much more of him this year. And the second thing is that you don't know how many times a guy that's going to be the number 1 quarterback might have run out a bit of that trouble. So I think you have to temper some of that judgment right that way.
The second preseason game is next Thursday. Quick turnaround time between exhibition contests for the Ticats. That being said, I mean, look, first, I know it's just the first preseason game, but there's certainly nothing here that would indicate there's a real big pressing issue for this Ticat team.
No, I mean, you talk to every coach and they're worried about something. You talk to special teams. Well, we got a lot of work to do. Well, the downfield coverage in the 4th quarter on the punts that Brent Lauer was kicking was incredible. So I agree with you. There's nothing there that I said, gee, this doesn't look too good. I mean, the one thing was that Medlock didn't do well on a fairly short field goal for him. What, 37? 42, something for him. Should be money in the bank.
Make sure you check out Monday's Spectator for a full game report. Reporting from McMaster University with Spec Steve Milton, I'm Drew Edwards.